Hello everyone, welcome back to Cooking for Dummies. My name is Josh Davis, and today is the very first installment of the Cookbook Review, the series where we take a cookbook, talk a little bit about it, cook a few recipes, and let you know what we think. On today's episode, we'll be reviewing Brad Leone's Field Notes for Food Adventure, recipes and stories from the woods to the ocean. All right, first off, let's talk about the presentation. Very nice baby blue, very relaxing, makes me feel like I'm being held by Brad himself. On the back side, we got this beautiful popping sunflower field that really goes nice against the baby blue backsplash. Jesus. This is going to be a theme for the rest of the book with a lot of pictures, all taken by Pat O'Malley. His Instagram will be linked down below. He takes a lot of great photos. You should definitely check him out. The first page of this book talks about Brad's upbringing in rural New Jersey, and it also talks about how this book just follows him through a year of adventure through his hometown, cooking with open flame, fermentation, and just experimentation. And I love the last sentence on the first page of this book. It says, hey, you might just learn a thing or two while you're cooking. That's kind of just the tone for the majority of this book, honestly. Brad's kind of got a way about himself when he comes onto the screen. He cracks a joke. He's got his thick New Jersey accent.
Hey guys, today on It's Live, we're gonna, oh God.
Fathom is 6 feet.
Yeah, you do the math, Steve.
Yeah.
Take 37. And then, oh, bald eagle, Vince.
Oh, butterfly.
There's no butterflies up here, Vince. Where were we?
He brings your guard down, and this book almost feels less like a cookbook and more like you're kind of just tagging along with Brad through his hometown and he's showing you how to cook, but it's in your kitchen this time, which is really interesting. I decided to highlight and prepare 2 recipes from the cookbook today, first of which being the maple pecan sweet potatoes. This dish was extremely easy to make, with the longest part of the dish just being the cooking of the sweet potato itself. While in the oven, I combined sour cream, freshly squeezed lemon juice, salt, and pepper, and just combined that into a little sauce. And then after I threw that in the fridge, I went ahead and candied some pecans with maple syrup, butter, cinnamon, and cardamom pods, which were ridiculously hard to find, by the way. My car got stolen. I had to go to Target. If you think you're finding full cardamom pods in a Target at 10:30 p.m. on a Thursday, you're wrong. Overall, I'd rate this dish a 9 out of 10. It was honestly amazing. Putting the sour cream and lemon together on a sweet potato with the maple syrup and candied pecans was something I would have never thought about. It's a really, really sweet dish, but the acidity and the tartness from the lemon and sour cream really bring the whole dish together to make it something complete. Next up was the steak and shrooms with saucy sauce. This is honestly a pretty classic take on a steakhouse dish. I went ahead and hitched a ride to the local co-op and got some mushrooms. After breaking up my mushrooms into smaller pieces, I went ahead and grabbed some New York strip steaks. Brad recommended using 1 1/2 to 2-inch New York strip steaks bone in, but as previously stated, the only meat at Target is on dialysis and will only let you see the kids on weekends. So I found some boneless New York strip steaks in the freezer that were probably honestly only about 1 inch. Then I just went ahead and seasoned my steak with salt and pepper, a little bit of some nice olive oil on top of it, seared it with the fat cap down first and then on both sides, and then after that I just went ahead and threw some mushrooms in. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have thrown all the mushrooms in at once. The pan was very crowded at this point and there was a little bit too much going on, but it was all right. So we seared the steak off on both sides, let it cook for a little bit with the oil and the natural fat from the fat cap. Then we took the steaks off to rest, added the butter in, added our garlic cloves and our sherry wine to deglaze the bottom of that pan and created just like a little bit of a garlic butter pan sauce with that sherry wine. This was honestly one of my first times cooking with sherry wine. I normally would just deglaze my pan with like a lager or something or a beer from a local brewery. For the sake of this episode, I went and got it. Then I just went ahead and sliced my steaks up and then spooned those nice wild mushrooms over the top. I will say that I might have added a little bit too much thyme or aromatic herbs to the dish because it was very, very fragrant. But other than that, this dish was absolutely amazing. I was honestly a little bit nervous at first because this was the first time that I've cooked a steak that wasn't sous vide in such a long time that I was doubting my skills a little bit, honestly. I thought this thing was either going to come out completely raw or completely well done, but it was a really nice rare, medium rare. I do like my steaks pink, but this was honestly a really perfect dish as well. This I'll give a 9.5 out of 10. There's really nothing you can mess up with this, and Brad kind of mentions that. He says don't overthink it. All you're cooking is steak and mushrooms. What could go wrong? I really like the fact that Brad talks about cooking with your intuition a lot. There isn't too many cook times in here. It won't say cook your steak for 15 minutes, cook your steak for 20 minutes. It says touch your steak, observe your steak, feel it, flip it. Just notice what's happening to your steak. You're a better cook than you think. After all, it's just steak and mushrooms. That's right here in the book. I think that's a really great line. I think people can really get caught up overthinking recipes. People see my channel and they say it's Cooking for Dummies. Why are you doing these 12-hour long lasagnas or random recipes with a sous vide machine? Because in reality, it is for dummies. You can cook a sous vide in your dishwasher. I showed you how to do that in my first episode. You can cook a lasagna that takes 12 hours to make that's really not that hard. It just takes a long time. It's just using your intuition and having fun with it. All we're doing is cooking. And Brad honestly does a really great job of reminding people of that. I think that his videos in a way can be an escape for people to watch and just kind of forget about reality and have fun with for a little bit, because he's such a strong, great personality. And this book is just like a little slice of that you can have at home with you and really just get to know him on a personal level, cooking the recipes that his parents were cooking for him growing up at home and cooking the things that he's cooking for his family now. And so overall, I'd give this book 5 out of 5 recommends to a friend. This book was honestly a really, really great book, front to back. It's full of great recipes and really promotes eating locally, sustaining your local markets and ecosystem. And honestly, this book's just got a little bit of everything for everyone. I mean, if you flip to one page, you've got shrimp and sap soup from a maple tree that Brad tapped himself. And then on the next page, you've got fermented Bloody Marys that he's fermenting for a week. I think if you're looking to buy this for a gift or just get it for yourself to learn a little bit more about cooking, this is a great choice. Make sure to check out those local farmers markets. Try to support local. Don't go to Target like I did. I'm just in a little bit of a pickle right now. But other than that, y'all, if this is something you'd like to see me do more of, leave a like. Put a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this kind of format of video. It's honestly really awkward for me being in front of the camera like this, just in my kitchen with the light on me and stuff, just talking straight to the camera. I'm trying to get a little bit out of my comfort zone and used to it. So if this is something you'd like to see more, let me know. I'd really appreciate the feedback. All right, everyone. Thank you. Have a good one.